Rep Fitness equipment. You motorboating son of a gun, you old sailor. You finally did it. You released the USA-Made Equalizer plates that you've been hinting at, and you know I need to review them, as well as everything else that's transpired in the home gym community. The No Fate channel, checking in. Jonathan here, and with Black Friday and Cyber Monday well behind us, you can rest easy that people are going to stop hawking their affiliate links. And we've got a lot to discuss in the home gym community. Not only has Rep Fitness released their Equalizer plates, we've got brand new equipment from Bells of Steel and Griffin Fitness. Garage gym reviews raising even more red flags that we need to talk about, as well as Basement Brandon going full Sam Sulek. And a few other surprises for all of you in the home gym multiverse community as we come back to a weekend review. Quick flashback to well over a year ago, Rep Fitness promised these USA-Made Equalizer plates. They hinted at them, they teased them, they even brought an example pair to the Arnold Classic, and we've been clamoring for them for a few reasons. Number one, of course, made in the USA. Rep Fitness known for making most of their stuff overseas, and it's good to see that they're trying to put out new products that are made in-house in America, supporting America business, American industry. And another reason people wanted these is because they are so easy to load and unload. They got a pretty good sized lip on both sides, and of course they've got plenty of handle. So their 45-pound plates come in at 1.6 inches in thickness. That's not too bad considering how much grip they have and how many options they have for holding these things. Now, as far as price, we know when you slap in a Made in America sticker on anything, the price has to go up because you're paying for fair priced labor. So $250 for 90 pounds worth of weight. Keep in mind that does come with free shipping, and that does have to be factored in when we talk about some of the competition. Obviously, when you go up in terms of the actual sets, you're going to be saving some money. Now, how do these stack up against the competition? Well, obviously, we know the biggest name in the industry is Rogue Fitness. Now, these are Rogue USA Olympic plates. Now, I will tell you straight away, I've reviewed these in the past. I got my hands on them. I loved them. They looked good, felt good, snug on the bar, and a lot of people got them and liked them, but many people didn't, in part because of the lip. Now, these are very thin. One of the reasons I really like them is that because they come in at 9/10 of an inch in terms of the 45 pounds, and that's very thin, almost 3/4 of an inch thinner than Rogue's Equalizer plates. But what about the cost of these Rogue Fitness Olympic plates? And of course, Rogue known for having some expensive equipment, but these actually start off at under what Rep Fitness is charging at $240. But keep in mind, they do charge shipping. So I did some quick quotes, and if you look, it's for just a pair of 45s, they are gonna cost you $63 to ship. But keep in mind, they do have discounts if you buy more in terms of lowering that shipping cost. And in some cases, you do get free shipping if your weight is high enough. The other big name in the USA-Made cast iron plate industry has to be Strength Co. Released in 2020, these kind of took off in part because of the coating, because of the look, but mainly because of this beautiful lip that people love and how easy they were to load and unload. Now, in terms of the width, they split the difference between the Rep and the Rogue because they come in at 1.25 inches. Now, in terms of the price, if you just bought a pair of 45s, these actually come in the cheapest, even factoring in shipping, at $224 for a pair of 90-pound plates. Now, none of these are budget options because they're made in America. However, I would try to tell you to take a blind eye when it comes to price, and that's a very hard thing to do. Reason being, not only will they last you forever, but you're going to be using them day in and day out, and getting something that saved you some money, but something that you hate is a recipe for disaster. And keep in mind, there's no right answer. You got to figure out which ones look the best for you, which ones are going to be the easiest to load based on your lifting style. What do you like? Do you like a thicker plate or a thinner plate? Because frankly, these Equalizers look fantastic, and they're probably the easiest to load because they've got so many handholds. But I happen to love these Rogue USA plates in terms of how they look and how they feel because they're so thin. But keep in mind, the reason I like them is a reason that people don't, and they go over to the Strength Co. So take your time and make the right decision for yourself. 2 weeks ago, the company that owns Garage Gym Reviews since 2019 has done something to, yet again, make us question their authenticity. They released brand new must sign up for newsletter. Now, I fully admit there are some great newsletters out there that provide beneficial and useful information to their subscribers. However, most of them are just funnels for pushing their affiliate links. For my subscribers, I bit the bullet and signed up for this newsletter in hopes that I was absolutely, positively wrong about Pillar 4's Garage Gym Reviews newsletter intentions. Unfortunately, history has shown that I was right.
You liar!
All of the articles that they have been releasing or pushing are not only old, many of them are actually fake and unfortunately downright dishonest in terms of just pushing you towards articles that are multiple years old and, of course, laden with affiliate links. One prime example is that Garage Gym Reviews apparently now reviews pre-workout. Now, I'm not an expert, but I find myself to be a connoisseur of pre-workouts, and their top 10 list was downright laughable. They actually picked the best tasting pre-workout that doesn't taste very good at all. You know, I am all for affiliate links, which are in the description of today's video. And frankly, I'm all for Garage Gym Reviews taking even a bigger slice of the pie when it comes to grabbing your money. However, I wish they would be a bit more honest. The articles and the links that they're pushing in this newsletter are just downright dishonest, and many of them are frankly fake. Rep Fitness also released a brand new weightlifting belt. And typically when I see companies do this, I just kind of like shrug my shoulders and roll my eyes, but they did something good. They actually got a USA-Made leather weightlifting belt. And rumor has it, allegedly, that Rep Fitness actually got belt-fed strength to produce these beautiful American-made belts. And it's great to see a big company working with a smaller company to keep money here in America. In the past 2 or 3 weeks, frankly, there have not been very many home gym YouTube releases that have moved the needle for me. Very many that I've actually watched all the way through or thought that were very good. Those include my videos as well. But one video that stands out that I wanted to mention was the Buff Dudes. You might be familiar with them. Very big channel, 2.7 million subscribers. Well, they did a whole video about upgrading their home gym. So one of the biggest takeaways for me on this video is that clearly with 2.7 million subscribers, these guys have been doing it for a while. They're wealthy. They've got all of the money that they could want and clout in terms of building out a brand new, amazing gym with all the new fancy equipment and gadgets. But even with all of that money, they still have budget equipment because you don't need a lot of expensive equipment to get it done. Now look at their dumbbells. These are not urethane dumbbells. They're not fully knurled dumbbells. These are the basic Leechmere dumbbells that you might find. That, you know, the highlight of their home gym, one of the peak pieces that they love is this Facebook Marketplace find of a leg press machine that they've got for $200 off of Facebook Marketplace, and with a can of spray paint and a little bit of time and effort, we're able to completely overhaul the thing. So probably the biggest takeaway from this Buff Dudes video, and the reason I'm actually mentioning it today, is that they made a massive overhaul on their home gym without spending probably more than $200 or $300. All of their upgrades came in the form of lighting, some wood paneling, and mostly just reorganizing the existing equipment that they had in order to give it a bit of a spruce up. I mean, you'd be surprised how far a can of paint will go in terms of giving you a whole new impression of your home gym. I need your help. I have no idea what is going on with EliteFTS. They haven't seemed to put out anything new in the past 3 to 5 years. And if you don't remember, they were one of the original people to produce some fantastic safety squat bars and their American multi-grip cambered bar. They make their products in the US, and frankly, a lot of the designs that you see today from other companies were simply ripped off from EliteFTS. But their old designs were good, but they're not perfect. There's nothing to say that they couldn't produce newer, improved versions. Frankly, the only thing that they've done recently is release their squat safety bar in a limited edition Cerakote finish. So Basement Brandon went full Sam Sulek. He has been recording his entire videos, and frankly, when I heard of this, I kind of cringed. But when I watched it, dang it, if Basement Brandon doesn't just bring you in as like a best buddy. It's like you're training with your lifting bros. Now, my only complaint, these videos are fantastic, is that I wish he actually cut out the ASMR audio of him actually lifting and doing all the grunting. It'd be nice if you just kind of muted that and put some beautiful B-roll music over it for our listening pleasure. And there are more new releases in the home gym community, this time from Griffin Fitness. They have released a new functional trainer cabling system for your power rack named the Talon. And while I don't necessarily know if they copied the Rep Fitness Athena, it does look like there's some inspiration taken from the Rep Fitness Athena. Clearly, this is very similar, if not, identical in purpose to the Rep Fitness Athena, with a lot of the same nuances that they have. One thing that they did add was a shroud for the selectorized rack. Now, this is both good in the fact that it looks really nice, but it's also bad in the sense of if you wanted to use a gym pin on this stack, you can't do it from the rear side. You'll have to do it internally. The rear cross members are actually 24 inches, whereas I believe the Rep Fitness is 16 inches. This also comes with a 310-pound weight stack on each side, which is more than your typical functional trainer and more than the base unit over at Rep Fitness. Like the Rep Fitness Athena, you can attach bands as well. They've got those for placeholders. Unfortunately, you can only get this in black at the moment, and it only comes with 92-inch uprights. So if you've got a short ceiling, you are SOL. Let's talk about the price. Retailing for $3,800 effectively with a ship date of $124. I went over to Rep Fitness and I built almost the exact same thing. So while Rep Fitness did come in about $100 more, like for like, apples to apples and oranges to oranges, than the Griffin Fitness Talon, keep in mind that the Griffin Fitness is supposedly a preliminary sale because you're buying it before it's released. And unfortunately, you can only get black in Griffin Fitness, and a lot of people are going to easily or happily spend that extra $100 in order to pick the color code that they want, whether it's uprights or cross members or a little bit of everything. It's something that they're probably going to lean towards because they're already committed so much money into the fray. Bells of Steel releases a fourth iteration of their safety squat bar, and they've done a number of great things with this bar on different levels altogether. So right off the top, most companies will try to sell out of their previous version before they actually announce the new version. Rogue Fitness has done this on a number of occasions, and it just leaves people with a bad taste in their mouth. So number two, what did they do? They dropped this and then discounted their SS3 version significantly. So people knew in advance that they could get the newer version or they could save a boatload of money on the older version. The other thing that Bells of Steel did is fairly simple, but more companies should do this, and that is simply taking a previous iteration and improving it. There's always something that you can make better the next go around, and they did. So they took the handles, which is one of the things they're known for, and they just put knurling on them. We love our knurling. Also, they made it easier to be able to rack and unrack with a little bit more clearance on your power rack. They also added some nice, sweet actual end caps on here, allowing you to know really quickly what the weight of the bar is going to be, not only with the bar, but also with whatever handles you have. And they added these seal row handles. And the third thing that Bells of Steel did was to not hose their previous customers. Anyone that got the previous iteration but wants these beautiful new handles, you can simply buy just the handles at a fraction of the price. Recently, I interviewed Kayvon Kuzani, the chief cook and bottle washer over at Bells of Steel, but it's taken me so long to edit that video that a lot of the discussion we talked about in terms of what was going to be releasing next for Bells of Steel has finally been released, and they released not one, but two leg machines. Now, the problem with most leg machines in a home gym is that they take up a lot of space and they cost a lot of money, and it's nice to see Bells of Steel released their leg press and hack squat. So this is a 2-in-1, and most times people miss those leg machines at their local gym. Obviously, the squat is the best exercise, that barbell squat. However, people want to just kind of blow up their legs with hack squats and leg press. They do work, even though they kind of get a bad notation. But unfortunately, leg machines take up a ton of space, and having a 2-in-1 is definitely a must-have if you're tight on space. And at $1,710, I think this is pretty affordable. You also have the ability not only to add plates, but bands. Now, their second leg machine release is also another 2-in-1 leg press and hack squat for more money, $2,700. Why does it cost more money? Well, it has the ability to do isolated functional exercises. In the weeks ahead, I plan to give you a full tour, the full Monty, when it comes to this garage gym upgrade that I've been putting it through. Hopefully you've already hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Listen, the YouTube AI algorithm, they know what kind of freaky stuff you're into, and they suggested this video. Don't blame me, they think it's gonna float your boat. If you made it this far in the video, you and I are like garage gym reviews and frankly creating fake videos of undocumented, unresearched products and trying to push their affiliate links. We are officially, of course, best friends. Thanks for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back.